my journey of last 15 years has been mix and match of job as well as entrepreneur. The target audience will be any graduate student, but the main parameter from our side, who aims high. The very recent plan is to stabilize and get because we are into the testing phase, our product, what you can say, because it's a technology dependent. So get stabilized, get it going. That is a recent plan.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for watching this exclusive media interview. So today we have Mr. Nitin Rathod, founder of AIExpertsEdge. Sir, thank you so much for taking out your precious time from your busy schedule for this interview. So before we go into the details of your life and your journey, I would like you to introduce yourself to our audience.
Thank you. First of all, thank you very much, Sanjana and StartupLanes for inviting me here. So basically, my name is Nitin Rathod. I'm a chemical engineer by chance, but an educator by a choice, right? I've done my chemical engineering from LIT Nagpur, post which I was working with Reliance Refinery Jamnagar, and I was simultaneously preparing for CAT. I wanted to do an MBA from a good college, right? So somehow during the preparation, I jumped up into this teaching industry. I thought it would be for a short while, but somehow, as I said, I really like this thing, and since last 15 years, I'm into this test prep industry. So majority of time it was into the management exams like for CAT, ZAT, SNAP, and etc. But since last 2 years, I also taught for the defense and other UPSC exams as well. I also co-authored a book by McGraw Hill for the defense exam. And for some time, I was also at the for the paper setting committee of the AFCAT and exams like that. So thank you for that.
Okay. So our audience would like to know, how did you came up with the idea of your business? We would like to know the background story, that what happened in your life due to which you decided to start your startup.
Okay. So basically, I was always a brick and mortar faculty type system, right? मेरा एक ही motto रहता था कि जो भी student आता है, to give him the service and let him realize his dreams. I have seen many students who have achieved their dreams of IMA, BC, right? So, but the main time which hit is during the COVID, right? Till COVID, it was like simple. बच्चे आते थे, पढ़ते थे, हम भी पूरी जान लगा देते थे उनके पीछे. It was a typical, as I said, brick and mortar, एक typical class system था. But during the COVID, I got some time to sit back. एक अच्छा खासा hit भी मिला to realize कि what has changed and what is now things would be ahead, right? So there are few points which I realized that it gradually changed and changed drastically. The majority is like, अगर आज के डेट में देखो मैं, learning span has literally decreased a lot. मतलब आज के डेट में everyone wants very quick, right? अगर मैं आज की generation की बात करूँ, either they are at the height of excitement or the depth of depression. ठीक है, मतलब चाहिए तो फट से चाहिए, कुछ क्रैक कर लेंगे तो यूपीएससी हो या कोई भी एग्जाम हो, विल क्रैक, अदरवाइज हमसे कुछ नहीं होगा टाइप. I taught so many students, I have seen so many variations of it. Earlier it used to happen कि अगर हम किसी बच्चे को बोलते हैं कि हम ज्यादा पढ़ाने, they used to get happy कि हमको उतनी ही फीस में ज्यादा मिलेगा. बट आज के डेट में सर इतना पढ़ना पड़ेगा, थोड़ा कम नहीं हो सकता है, and so on so forth, right? And another thing which we realized then कि now is the time कि हम rather than students को we treat them as an individual. So this is the main thing which struck in my mind, and I came up with this idea of personalized and adaptive preparation, because the part which we deal, it's not any theoretical subject. It's basically aptitude thing, and aptitude is a skill. Aptitude or a logical reasoning is nothing but the next level of common sense. Either you have it or either you don't have it. It is very difficult to teach step by step like A, B, C, right? So every student has to be treated individual. So that is why we came up with this idea of personalized, adaptive, and some technology also we got discovered for that. That is the AI-based test series and everything. So that is how it really took us around 1.5 years to get things rolling. We started in around 2019. Now is our product, we can say it is actually ready in some sense, right? So that is the background of it.
Right, sir. Thank you so much for telling us about this. We are happy to know that there are people in our society who understands the youngsters' mindset in every manner. So it's an honor to have such people in our society. So our audience would like to know next that when you started your startup, what were the difficult part in the early stage of the company's growth?
As I said, my journey of last 15 years has been mix and match of job as well as entrepreneur, right? I had taught at various national level organization as well as I had my own brand, right? But earlier the difference, it was a very small scale type. But now post COVID, we realized that we need to go some big, right? So the difficult start thing is the same thing, because earlier the vision was not so much. Earlier vision was only student. Thing used to start at student, it used to end at student. There was nothing like a revenue or a valuation or something like that. Even still, it is not. Our main focus is also currently now on a service, but we want to scale it as much as possible. We want to reach as many students as possible, especially if I say tier 2 cities and all. So the main as a hurdle, as you were saying, is getting right people on board, right? Because it requires a teamwork. To teach some student is very easy task. I alone myself is sufficient, but when we need to build something, जब किसी भी company का जो सबसे ज़्यादा समय जाता है, that is on the product development. That is really took us some toil. Lots of people came on, right? There were many issues. So main thing is about the people, getting the right people, getting the committed people. So this is the word commitment, which I feel is very costly nowadays. मतलब no one really likes to give the commitment, right? Relationship में तो एक दूसरे को नहीं देते, एक employee employer को नहीं देता, एक student teacher को नहीं देता है, right? So this is a one thing which we realize. If there are some people which really they have given their in and out everything, but yes, so that is why we took much time.
Happy to know about your positive attitude towards the challenges, sir. Hats off. So my next question to you is, what was the gap in the market that you identified?
As I said, gap is that one thing only, ki everyone is mostly focusing on coaching, right? But what actually is required is the learning. Is student able to get the learning out of it? Is he achieving what he wants to do? Especially if I say about my field, CAT, generally crack करने वाले वही होते हैं, engineers, NIT, IITs, those are very much clear, right? But so-called जो, if I say average crowd, जिन्होंने नहीं ज़्यादा aptitude preparation किया है, they start up with the aim of good top colleges like IIMs and all, but due to our coaching system is such that it is mainly driven like a batch processing system, right? But if you have heard this term batch processing, it is basically derived from any manufacturing company like Pepsi or water bottle, like these are driven in the batches. So students को हम वैसे नहीं ले सकते कि बैच प्रोसेस कर दिया, शाम का 6 to 8 का बैच खत्म हो गया, सवेरे का बैच खत्म हो गया, अरे उसका लर्निंग हुआ है नहीं, व्हाट ही वांटेड वो हुआ है नहीं, इसका मैथ्स वीक है, इंग्लिश वीक है, क्या डर है, उसका बैकग्राउंड क्या है, we really don't get that much of time. So that is the thing which I observed, कि instead of a batch we try to see students as the individual. So that is the only gap which I saw. One shirt doesn't fit all. That approach surely will not work. So that is the thing we are trying to address currently.
Well, our audience are very glad to know that there is a person in our society who just treats these students the way in the ancient times our gurus used to do it. So in the same manner, I would like to ask you that what is your business model? How do you achieve it?
So business model, I'll not say it's completely a business model, but it's a really very simple. We are a service provider. Anyone who aims high, we really don't wish or go into the very volume-based thing. We don't aspire to make students sit in a 200, 300 batches. No. We are very happy to teach maximum of 10 or 15 students. So whoever have the high dreams, high aspirations, so we are very much open. We and our team will give entire to him. So the business model is very simple. Student comes to us, he explains his vision. He wants to go for a CAT or any other exam like SNAP-ZAT or a defense exam like AFCAT, CAPF, and our team will explain our process, whatever it is, how this AI will work, because it's thoda new in the market. we are getting some positive negatives out of it, but still. So how the system will work. We have also introduced gamification in learning. This is also one of the new thing, how learning can be gamified, because it's all about interest. अगर आपका interest हो तो रात भर जाग के भी पढ़ाई कर लोगे, otherwise interest नहीं हो तो फिर तो 10 minutes भी बैठना मुश्किल होता है. So that is why we have included in curriculum the gamified section as well. चाहे वो maths हो, English हो, vocabulary, will try to address that problem as well. We want to reach the masses. That is the main thing we aspire for.
Since you have said that you are a service provider, our audience would like to know that what are the products or services you offer for such kind of students?
As I said, currently we are into the management exams like CAT, SNAP, ZAT, MBA, CET, any management entrance exam students wish to go for. And another vertical will be starting is a defense vertical. In predominantly defense, the graduation, after graduation exams like AFCAT, Air Force CAT, as well as CDS, Combined Defense Services, as CAPF. So these are the currently two verticals we are dealing with as of now.
Okay. And who are your target audience?
As I said, a target audience will be any graduate student. But the main parameter from our side, who aims high. Matlab, we are literally not so good for a student who just want to do MBA. Matlab, bas karna hai, kahin se bhi karna hai. You should have that thirst ki I want to reach, I want to crack any of the good college, or I want to crack any exams. Because we are too much after the students once he joins in. Matlab, that is the main thing. So that's the only parameter you should aim high. That is the only parameter we look after the student when he joins in.
Why do your customers choose your products and services?
As I said, again reiterating the same point, we would be after your life. It would not be your dream anymore. As I said, your dream would be our dream. As our tagline of our institute is learn to achieve. That is what we want to inculcate in the students. It just require one click, one success in any competitive exam. Because of late, what I'm observing is this: ये जितने भी competitive exams होते हैं, चाहे CAT, CET, CMAT या UPSC कुछ भी हो, they really, अगर बच्चों का exam clear हो जाता है, it's well and good. But जिनका नहीं होता है या थोड़े से छूट जाता है, it really affects their life and their confidence. So we have gone through that, so we know the importance of it. So that is why, as I said, it would be completely personalized and adaptive. The second USP, what we can say is, जैसे हमने कहा था, our program runs in 3 phases, 3 stages we go. The very first stage is core concepts. So सारे जितने भी core concepts है, जितना भी basics of maths, English, reasoning, and that would be covered. After core concepts, we have a deep dive phase. In the deep dive phase, we'll go top notch higher. And after deep dive, we have the revision and the marathon session. We call them as the cruise control. So this 3-stage learning, it's literally helps students. We have seen in the past as well. And as I said, third thing is the AI-based test series. We have a doodle name called Eureka. So this, अगर मैं test series की बात करूँ, it is a very, very important thing in preparation of any competitive exam. कोई भी स्टूडेंट के लिए अगर मैं टीचिंग की बात करूँ, इट विल हार्डली कंट्रीब्यूट टू 30 to 40%. जो रेस्ट ऑफ द कंट्रीब्यूशन आता है, दैट वुड कम फ्रॉम द टेस्ट. बिकॉज एक क्लास में पढ़ाना इज द ऑल टुगेदर डिफरेंट थिंग. हम पढ़ाते हैं, बच्चा सुनता है, उसका माइंड प्रोसेस करता है, बट व्हेन ही अटेम्प्ट्स अ टेस्ट, ही इज कंप्लीटली ऑन हिज ओन. सो जितना भी उसको क्लास में समझा है, नहीं समझा, वो सब कुछ टेस्ट सीरीज में समझ में आता है. ऑब्वियसली ही विल डू लॉट्स ऑफ मिस्टेक. इट्स अ कंप्लीटली ट्रायल एंड एरर फेज. अब टेस्ट सीरीज में क्या होता है, दिस इज अ वेरी पिक्यूलर पॉइंट व्हिच आई हैव ऑब्जर्व्ड ओवर द इयर्स, एंड दैट इज व्हाई दिस आइडिया ऑफ एआई टेस्ट सीरीज केम अप इन द माइंड कि 2 टाइप का क्राउड होता है व्हेन स्पेसिफिकली फॉर द टेस्ट सीरीज. एक तो जो टेस्ट सीरीज के थ्रू ही प्रिपरेशन करते हैं, आई विल कॉल देम बेसिकली जो रिपीट कर रहे हैं या जो जिनका बहुत अच्छे से पहले से एप्टीट्यूड IITN से NITN से उनको ऑल इंडिया रैंक को परसेंटाइल देखते थे, प्रिपेयर देयर एंटायर प्रिपरेशन थ्रू द टेस्ट सीरीज. They know the gaps, कहाँ पे मैं कम पढ़ रहा हूँ, they will revise and give the test accordingly. Second type of crowd is जिसमें fear होता है, जो major है, that is the so-called, कि वो टेस्ट सीरीज से भागते रहते हैं कि मेरा प्रिपरेशन ही नहीं हुआ, मेरा सिलेबस ही नहीं हुआ. पीयर प्रेशर में आके 1-2 टेस्ट दे देंगे, 60-70 परसेंटाइल आएगा, फिर थोड़े दिन चुप जाएंगे, फिर बाद में टेस्ट देंगे. बिकॉज मेजरली जो अभी टेस्ट सीरीज है मार्केट में, दोज आर टेस्टिंग टेस्ट सीरीज। जो हमारा विजन था टू हैव अ लर्निंग टेस्ट सीरीज, कि पता तो चले स्टूडेंट को क्या उसका वीक है। अगर उसमें मैथ्स के 4 क्वेश्चन गलत हुए, दैट डजंट मीन उसका मैथ्स ही वीक है। वो 4 क्वेश्चन हो सकता है ज्योमेट्री से, अलजेब्रा से, तो पर्टिकुलर सेक्शन वीक होगा, नॉट योर एंटायर मैथ्स इज वीक। So that is why that is the AI system comes into the picture. Every test is followed by their strength and the weakness, and we have an adaptive test features which gets adapted to their test strength and the weakness. And the next thing which I said is the gamification of the thing. So we have included some games in our curriculum, so which will make them stick to their dreams or goals. So this is what I can say the current USPs.
So my next question to you is that if it wasn't for your startup, what would be you doing right now? अगर आप एक educationist.
Very interesting question. I would say, अगर, as I said, I have done my chemical engineering. So अगर नहीं मैं होता टीचिंग में, I would have been working somewhere in some chemical industry might be. So that is what currently I can say.
Okay, so आप भी एक उस सोसाइटी के फ्लो में चले जाते कि ग्रेजुएशन कर लिया अब जॉब करो, right?
Yeah. So मतलब that is a technical thing जो हमको पहले से ही बताई जाती है ना, कि पढ़ लो, सेटल हो जाओ, क्रेडिट कार्ड ले लो, सब चीजें। So yes, अगर यहाँ नहीं होता तो वही होता।
So next question to you is that what are the recent long-term plans of startup?
The very recent plan is to stabilize and get our, because we are into the testing phase, our product, what you can say, because it's a technology dependent. So get stabilized, get it going. That is a recent plan. And long-term plan is as vision of many companies, like to go to the masses rather than classes. We want to go as many as cities as possible. At least we are aspiring 20 centers across after 3 or 4 years down the line.
Are you raising external funds or willing to raise in near future?
Yes, it is a need of the hour, because the vision we are going with is very much tech dependent, and we are currently web based portal. जो भी हमारा games है, ये personalized adaptive preparation है, it's completely web based. So to go into the future, we will require a team, a good credential team. So to get on the people, to get on a good technology on board, we will require funds. So yes, we are looking, but it is not like something we are very much desperately looking for it. We are okay on it, but it has to be someone with a like-minded who is after what we can say the society rather than just making up the money. So we don't want to play that valuation game. Even if some stakeholders joins us, we'll try to be as profitable as possible rather than just giving a valuation after it.
So before we end the session, I would just like to have a feedback about StartupLanes. What do you think about StartupLanes?
Yeah, it's a really, really nice platform. I earlier heard about it, but yeah, I've gone through it. I really appreciate the work done by Shishir Gupta and his entire teams and you. So it's for entrepreneurs like us, it is a really good platform to convey what our journey was. So I really appreciate that and really thankful for this opportunity over here.